Nier Automata is a very interesting game that you can play through once and be satisfied with. You could play Route A and be done and be good with the game. But there's so much more than Route A. So much more than even Route A and B combined. Route C is the second half of the game. And it contains arguably more content than Route A. You don't unlock it till you play through the game twice. Today I'm going to be talking about Route C and its brilliance. See, what's interesting about Nier Automata as a whole is that you're playing as these androids, but they're intelligent androids and they're androids that can feel. Throughout Route A and B, 9S and 2B gather feelings for each other. It's pretty obvious, and 2B grows more fond of him after being initially off-putting to him. And Route C, they already have this connection established because it's the half of the story. And you see growth within two of them. So I'm going to delve into spoiler territory here, so if you haven't beaten Route C of Nier Automata, please click off this video at this point. So, Route C, there's this virus that's inhabiting a lot of the androids of this world, and they don't know what it's coming from. It's just scrapping all of them pretty much, and back at the bunker, this happened to all the operators. Nobody believed 2B until this happened, and then it happened to the commander as well. Bunker is gone. It's destroyed. And along with it, human life. Human life is gone. It never existed. What were these androids fighting for in the first place? It's very unclear. So, what Route C does with this is it takes this ball and runs with it. As you play as A2, the android, through Route C, you don't know your purpose. It's kind of a aimless journey of revenge and trying to fix what is left to fix. There's a lot that cannot be fixed, but you have to keep fighting. You have to keep moving forward, as that is your purpose as an android, right? You have to keep moving along. You have to keep fighting for these humans. But they're dead. They don't exist anymore. Such is the brilliance of Route C. You are A2, an aimless android that doesn't know what they're doing in this world, and that is filled with hatred. But you have to keep moving forward, as that is all you can do. I'd argue Route C is also the biggest arc for 9S. As being 9S, you see significant spoiler territory here. You see A2 kill 2B because of the virus that inhabits her. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about 2B's virus as well now. So you're playing as 2B in the beginning of Route C for a good bit of it. You witness the destruction of the bunker, and you get infected with the virus. You see your percentage levels going up of the virus, and you know that your time's up. You know that 2B's time's up. There's a matter of minutes left. You make your way through the flooded city, and you go to the forest zone. You give A2 all your secrets. You pass the torch to A2. And this is a very significant moment because earlier in the story, in Route A and B, A2 is somebody you fight. But now A2 is someone you're trusting, you're passing the torch to. A2 is the next 2B. And A2 has to kill 2B. Otherwise, 2B risks being corrupted and dangerous. So, 9S witnesses 2B's death. He sees A2's katana slice through 2B. And this kills 9S. This sends 9S down a path of rampage and revenge. And it brings up a question. Is revenge really correct? What is revenge really for? What's the purpose? At the end of the day, revenge is just bringing yourself down to that person's level. Now, A2 wasn't wrong to kill 2B, but in 9S's head, A2 was wrong. And 9S thought A2 murdered 2B in cold blood. But this simply isn't true. And thus, throughout the journey of Route C, you play as both 9S and 2A, getting closer and closer to fighting each other, closer and closer to the end. Chapters 11 through 17 are a masterclass of writing. I'm going to prove why. As I stated before, there's a big complaint about Route C feeling aimless, and that there's not much substance to it. You're just going around killing stuff. But I think that's what Route C aimed for. It aimed for a feeling of desperation and a feeling of loss. You're lost in this world because you don't know what you're supposed to do anymore. Your home base is gone, bunker's gone, the humans are dead. You're rogue now, you're independent. You don't know what to do. And I think Route C captures this feeling perfectly. As you journey through Route C and collect all the keys to get to the tower, you reach the climax of the battle. You reach the finale. You reach the feeling where you have to choose. Choose what's right and wrong. You reach the tower. You defeat all these machine life forms. This is the heart of the battle. This is where it's all coming from at the moment. Adam and Eve are dead. These machine life forms are also without purpose. They don't have a leader. So, it makes you question, are the androids really in the right? This is a question that existed even in Route A and B. These machine life forms did inhabit the planet, and a lot of them are hostile. But you do have Pascal's village. Pascal and those machine life forms are good. They're good people, and they help you in your quest, suggesting that the androids maybe are in the right. But what if they're not? What if the androids are trying to take something back that's not theirs anymore? So, humans have been gone for a while. They've been wiped out. So why can't the machines just live in peace in their world now? But I think the big message of this game is it has to do a lot with loss. At first, this game doesn't have a super strong message that impacts you, but like games such as Majora's Mask, when you do look into this game, it does have a lot of theming that means a lot. Majora's Mask at first is just another Zelda game. You know, Majora's Mask, I will admit, it's a little more obvious to see its theming because you literally see deaths of Gorons and Zoras and stuff, and it's pretty obvious. But this game is also pretty obvious if you look into it. There's abandoned apartment buildings, everything's abandoned. These humans are gone. What are you fighting for? What's the purpose? It really brings up a question. But on to the climax of the game. So, you climb up the tower as 2B and 9S. You get to the top. And the reason I say you climb up the tower as 2B and 9S is because 2A is 2B in a way. She carried on the torch of 2B. She carried on her legacy. And I believe that 9S is going against this now. 2B trusted A2 with her memories and everything. But 9S is on this path of vengeance to kill 2B at this point. Even though he saw his loved one die, he doesn't realize that the torch has been passed. So, 9S is now infected in the final battle. And you have to choose 2A or 9S. Now, I believe 2A is the right choice. That's who you're supposed to choose, obviously. 9S is infected and filled with hatred and vengeance. So, if you pick 9S, 2A dies. If you pick 2A, 9S survives, and 2A survives. And you have an option to pick the secret ending either way, as long as you do both. Ending E, which is the true ending, which these robots reassemble 2B, A2, and 9S, and everybody is given a second chance. But these robots don't know if the same mistakes are going to be repeated, if the cycle is going to be repeated. So it brings up a question. Even though this is the true ending and this is what's supposed to happen, is this really what's supposed to happen? Well, this is an interesting topic, and I'm going to explore it further in other videos. This is simply part 1 of a series. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed.